Adding mode. Adding mode.
Okay, go. Watch out, watch out, watch out.
The home point has been updated. Please check it on the map. Take off.
All right, now, for search and rescue, I really think that I'm going to prefer to have a mix. There's the mix. So now it mixes them both together. It takes the visual and puts it together with the infrared, whatever palette I'm using. So we're looking down. You can see everything, but there's definitely telling you how hot things are. Look down there. You can see the opposite side's cold and warm, and the other side's hot. There's a palm tree there. And looking at these houses, look down here. Yeah. You can definitely see there that one side's hot, one side's cold. Or the solar panels are there. Pretty cool, right? Now you can also adjust the temperature. So maybe some of this has to do with adjusting the temperature. So all I have to do is to go over here, and I'm going to do a temperature adjustment. All right. So I can change the temperature a little bit. Okay, or I can bring it down. All right. Pretty cool, right? Okay. I'm not going to play with this too much because it's tuned in pretty well where I want to be, but you can, maybe when I was working in the snow, if I would have brought the temperature all the way down, oh, that's a good idea. I'll do that next time. Okay, so that is hotspot. This is the hotspot, the way it looks at things. Now, as you can see, looking at hotspot, we can see all the areas that are hotter than the surrounding area. Okay, so as you can see, the bird is finding another aircraft in the area, so I just have to be careful of that. I know I'm safe. Okay, now I'm going to change another palette. I'm going to go to this is grayscale. Again, looking at everything, you can see how it's all different. Yeah, I can hear the other aircraft now. But again, you can see the difference looking at grayscale now. Looking at grayscale to me doesn't look like a very good option for trying to find somebody. So now let's look at, this is called hot metal. You can hear the aircraft right now. It's passing to my west. There he is right there, so I'm going to come down a little bit. Now let's look at cold spot. Cold spot just looks for the coldest spots in the area. The aircraft just passed above me. Now again, right now we're shooting a mix. We're not just looking at IR. We're looking at IR and visual together. And those are the storage. Well, actually, those are not. They're storage houses. They took containers from the houses. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on visible light. That's visible light. That's what it looks like with visible light. You can see the difference there. But watch what happens when I turn to just IR. This is infrared without any kind of guidance. So what we're seeing here is that infrared is a different animal altogether. It's really made, from what I've seen, to find heat and stuff like that. Okay, so I'm going to change palettes again. You can see at the bottom what our current situation is. I'm going to give, this is hotspot. Now remember, that's hotspot without looking with the camera. When you take the technology and blend it, mix it together so it's blended. Look what happens. See? That's amazing what they've done with this. And again, this is 6-year-old technology. So as we're looking at this, let's go ahead and move it a little bit closer to us. And again, let's change palette. Well, they do have a button here too. You can see it there. It refocuses everything again. Let's go ahead and change the palette again. Change it. This is what I normally work on. Again, I still need a lot of work on being able to identify a subject. Now, I can identify by subjects if there's a drastic change, but there's no drastic change here. But if you look back there, see how cold the mountain is? That mountain has snow on it. And let's look over here, and then we can see more snow up there. Pretty neat, right? Now, as you can see, the sky is also cooler, which is normal. We know that. But now let's look at it under IR. That would just give you a general idea. It really wouldn't help you too much as far as doing search and rescue. This one really would be good along with the other, but this would be good to survey a fire area. Now let's mix it back to mixed. And look, it's a lot clearer and a lot easier. In fact, right now you can see the area around us. There's the horse horse area. Let me change that to hotspot. Maybe that horse would be really. I mean, here we go. Maybe the horse will show up. Oh, look where it's hot right there. They're over at the water company over there doing some work. You can see the neighborhood here. Alright, so what this is doing now is it's showing us how infrared works. I'm going to try to follow the dog here for practice. There he is. Now you can see the screen. The screen is telling us where the obstacles are. Now we're going to go over and spy on Becky. She's over there on the phone, I believe. Remember, this whole thing is just to see what things look like under IR. Let's look at a different palette. How about rainbow? See that? There's Becky there on the... No, wait, hold on. How about cold spot? Now, cold spot seems to be... you can see where she's warm. But she's warm like the rest of the terrain because the sun's on her. How about here? This is hot metal. You can see the flight data as we're going along there. Alright, you can see I have 7 minutes left. I'm going to put on record, push a record button, and this is what it looks like in recording. Now, look, the sensor is telling you that you are, okay, hear that? That is saying that it's getting running low on power. It's telling me it's going to go home, but I'm going to land it right here. So, what I ended up doing is testing the battery. The battery went to, you can see it there, to the point where it was getting ready to come home.